Greetings and welcome everybody to the Jane Live on a Thursday. Today I'll be belting out the info on minerals. We're going to be looking at superconductive minerals. We're looking at semiconductive minerals. We're going to be looking at minerals in general and the nutrient-dense foods that are particularly high in minerals. So you might be asking, well, why is Jane so fixated on minerals? The reason for this is that we are a battery. Us as humans, this body is a battery. That means there's electrons flowing all over the place. And if any of you did physics at school or can think of wiring, our body is wired. Our nervous system is connected to the whole body, and the electrons flow around in the nervous system. The electrons are in the cells, they're in the nucleus, they're in the DNA. So everything is connected. Everything is electromagnetic in our body. Therefore, it's like a battery. To charge the battery, you put the two electrodes in a beaker, and there needs to be some sort of mineral in the solution to create conductivity. And yes, the light comes on. Same as us. So we're going to be focusing on life force and vitality. Life force and vitality are the beginning and the end of it all, because that is energy. Energy is our currency. And we need to do whatever we can do to keep our battery charged, to keep charging it, to not let it discharge. 6 out of 7 people are walking around with a flat battery, adrenal fatigue, chronic adrenal fatigue. And this is serious. So that means our lifestyle, everything that we're doing, our incessant amount of time in front of screens, cell phones, the radiation out there, not getting on the earth, not putting bare feet on the ground, not getting in the sun so that the photons can address our skin, not hydrating enough, and again, the quality of our food. So we are very poor and low in electrons, which makes us very acidic as well. So it goes together and it brings on inflammation. And these are all prerequisites for disease, for degeneration of the body. So remember, when the bare feet are on the earth, that the electrons of the earth are charging our body, because everywhere around here is positively charged. Electrons are negatively charged. So we need to do whatever we can to dissipate the positive charge and uplift the amount of electrons we have flowing around our body. So one of the things on the quantum QUEX, the quantum devices that we use, one of the main vital statistics is our electromagnetic charge, our voltage, and we also look at amperage and resistance. So the amperage, just for those of you who are interested, is the wavelength of the brain, the hormones, the neurotransmitters. Again, they need electrons to fire. I'm talking about serotonin, dopamine, GABA, PEA. Those are our neurotransmitters. They need to fire, and they need electrons. They need energy. They need life force to do that. So the brain amplitude are the neurotransmitters, the hormones, and the love aspect. And then the resistance is the difference between the voltage and the amperage. And that is the obstruction to flow of electrons. So the quantum QUEX-ED measures exactly that gap. And that's what needs to be closed. Those toxins need to leave, and the body's whole homeostasis, if you like, electromagnetic charge, the whole scalar wave, the apple that's around us, needs to be recharged and kept in that vortex spin. So we also remember from physics that the closer the electrons are to the neutron and the proton in the middle of an atom or molecule, the faster the electrons spin. The faster they spin, the higher the life force. So that's the difference between eating, let's say, lettuce that was sort of from the farm to the table, and lettuce that's been picked, sent on a truck in a market warehouse, eventually to the shop, in the fridge, eventually home, eventually remember to put in the fridge, eventually eaten. So those electrons in that long chain of that journey of the lettuce are pretty slow moving by the time we eat them, as opposed to the lettuce that came from the farm to the table. The electron spin is high. Now, usually everyday lettuce, that's just one food, but the food with the highest electromagnetic spin are the super herbs, the superfoods. For example, medicinal mushrooms, the bee pollens, propolises, royal jelly, blue-green algae, chlorella, spirulina. You will also find good spin in organic sprouts, organic nuts and seeds. You'll get a very high electromagnetic spin there. You will also find it in kelp. You will also find it in things like Irish moss. You will also find it in things like Shilajit. So I'm going to be introducing you to some of these today, so that for the next week, we can fully understand what it is to charge the body. There'll be a couple of series here. You saw this as part 1, and I will also be doing oils. I'll also be doing proteins. I'll also be doing nutrients. I'll also be doing detoxification, also immunity, also genetics, and putting a whole picture together for people. So those people who get sick are the people whose electromagnetic spin is so slow, and their breathing is so slow, and their body posture is right over, and they're eating 3 days old food, and they're unhappy, they're full of anxiety, they're depressed, they're still chewing on what their mom or their granny did, and it's just a complete degenerated downward spiral compared to somebody like I see some of you sitting here today who are at the gym, you're exercising, you doing joyful things, meeting joyful people, loving your work, getting in the sun, putting your bare feet on the ground, getting the charge from the earth, hydrating yourself well, doing breathing exercises, yoga perhaps, Tai Chi perhaps. It's a completely different ball game here. And those people with the slow spin are the ones that get nailed. And they're the ones that need to be very careful of the winter flus, the spring flus, the summer flus, the autumn flus. It seems to be like it's a flu season all the time now. But they must really be careful, because they will have lots of mucus as well. And their body won't be able to remove the toxins it has already. You throw in some more toxins, the barrel gets overfull, it overflows, and then one of those organs is going to give up. It's usually the lungs, the gut, the liver, the kidney, or the skin. So you're going to see dis-ease related to that. Now, we can help this. We can actually fix this. Our body is our temporal, and it enables us to live on the earth and do what we need to do. We can fix that. We can also fix the emotional toxins, the anger, the greed, the sadness, the jealousy, the envy, etc., that plague us from our own epigenetics, our own childhoods, and the lives of our parents, grandparents, and so on. We can also remove that, because those emotions will dissipate the battery. They will discharge us 24/7. That emotional disturbance, unhappiness, the sadness, the unforgiving, etc., etc. So that's another story, and I did talk about that last week, I think. So we got to be aware of what's dissipating our battery and start charging it with the minerals. So let me just see if the slideshow is through. It is through. So I'm going to move to the slideshow now. I'm going to show you a couple of products, tell you why they're important for us, and basically remove the guesswork and put you guys, a quantum leap ahead of everyone else. While everybody else is grappling for just a bottle of this and just a bottle of that and just a bottle of whatever, it's totally reductive. There's nothing holistic about it. 9 times out of 10, that one bottle has got synthetic products in it. It's probably patented, not the raw material. You can never patent kelp. You can never patent Irish sea moss. But yes, you can patent the Sophie gel that it's in. You can patent the extract, the extraction process, but you can never patent nature. So once you interfere with nature and you start extracting and freezing and liquidizing and whatever, natural products, that natural product that's available in a holistic form, 3-dimensional, interdimensional space, will lose its intelligence, will lose its DNA structure. And we then eat that, and we're eating half or a third of a food, because the body is looking for the rest of the spin, and it's not there. So the minute we interfere with anything that's nature-made, God-made, however you want to look at it, we will our body will have to restructure it. Okay, and we're losing the dynamic life force and vitality of that plant. It's not really worth it. So it's always a rule of thumb, get back to nature. Buy the product that's most close to nature. No fillers, no binders, etc. Even sometimes the capsules are plastic. And there's plastics everywhere. I'm sure you're reading everywhere all over, the information coming at you. There's plastics everywhere. And I wouldn't touch any of that. And I mean, it gets back to when I formulated the 365 Healthy by Choice range. My number one priority was to be 100% natural and organic where I could, and not to interfere with that. So we blend what we do. We will holistically brew the microbiome reset. We'll alchemically make the Ormus gold. And these are all natural processes and are not requiring electricity, but keeping the intelligence of the nutrient that we're making intact and the DNA of, for example, the plant intact. So that's the beginning. Let's have a look here. I'm going to start the slides. So this is part one, our minerals. Those of you who are new to the Jane Live, although it's been going for about 3 years, these videos, these webinars are uploaded onto the Jane Mackenzie YouTube channel, and you can go and lose yourself in there. There's probably close to 300 recordings there now, and most of them are educational. So I just believe in this day and age, when I walk into health pharmacies and health stores and stuff, there's just this kaleidoscope and super sensory overload of suddenly everyone's getting onto the nutritional bandwagon. But be careful, because, as I said, there's chemicals. A lot of the vitamins are made from the petrochemical industry, and they're synthetic. And they often trick the body to be getting absorbed. So, and they will do that again, through some sort of mechanization, some sort of chemical process. So let's always go to nature. And I'm sure that the universe put these products on the earth in their right form. I don't really believe that man, who's, I think, less intelligent than a plant, quite frankly, knows more. It's all marketing. So let's launch into this. I just want to remind some of you of the things that I do. So I'm a natural pharmacist, and I've got an MBA and a board-certified diploma in quantum medicine. That's the QUEX-ED device. And I've pioneered the HILO program, which is a holistic integrated epigenetic life orientation. And that is my holistic approach after all the years, refined and refined. Also holistic ancestral orientation, the HOW program. And many of you have come through, and we've dispensed with the granny, the great uncle, and their drinking problem, or their anxiety, or their wounds from the war. It's very honorable work and very revering, but we do hand the memories back so that we can live a free life. And we also do that for the business orientation, and that's fantastic, because we not only clear the owner or owners, but we clear then the way forward within the universal field. So that's amazing. We still do lots and lots of live blood analyses, acupuncture for detox, and also for calming, for smoking, for drug addiction. We've got our nutritional oxygen intravenous therapy clinic for chronic disease, COVID, cancer. My main focus is the immunity and the genetics, the DNA, nutrition. We've got our range of products for their detox and Bach flowers. And then, the whole range of products that I've developed, put together: superfoods, super herbs, alchemy, fermentation, paramagnetic rock dust, oils, minerals. So I put together this toolkit that we can use especially for realigning the body. And depending on our baseline assessment, we know exactly what to do. Do you need iodine? Do you need boron? Do you need gold, silver, copper, nickel, the Ormus gold? Do you need a probiotic, etc.? And that removes the guesswork. We get fantastic results really quickly, and we measure afterwards as well. So very important. If you've got any questions, please put them in the chat. So the importance of minerals, I've kind of alluded to that already, but I'll just make this a little bit larger. It's about creating life force and vitality. Energy is our currency. So we need to do whatever we can to charge this battery so that it can produce as much energy as we need. And we need electrons to charge the battery. And I spoke about that, the earth in its natural form, the sunlight, and then we're going to get it from minerals themselves. And it's important for all the reactions in the body, for growth of the body, the cells, and important for energy. So just think of minerals creating an electric field. And then we're going to break these minerals up into superconductive minerals, mineral metals. So these would be the platinum precious metal mineral group. This would be the Ormus gold. It's our alchemical product. And therein you will find in an M state form, liquid form. There's more Ormus gold than there is gold in the periodic table, physical solid gold form on the earth. You will find it at the seaside. You will find it in forests when it rains. That is Ormus gold, silver, copper, nickel, platinum, iridium, osmium, palladium, ruthenium. These are the platinum precious metal minerals. Do you ever hear about them? No. Do you ever see their content? If you picked up a super herb, would you ever see the content of that in that herb? No, nobody measures them, and it's just not really on the plate at the moment. So we're ahead. We're way ahead. I mean, I've been making almost gold for something like almost 10 years now, and I take it every day. You know, it's like brushing your teeth. A day doesn't go by, and it's got loads and loads of benefits. It crosses the blood-brain barrier. It detoxifies. Apart from bringing in all these electrons for digestion of food, absorption of food, the carrying of food into the cell, the creating of energy. So we have to have these minerals for the body processes. In other words, the engine that the battery is driving. We have to have the electrons to charge that battery to drive the processes. And you get that all in Ormus gold. So I'm getting to the point now where we're looking at fewer products that do it all, like the replica RNA, DNA, 5 major proteins that make every single protein in the entire body. So why worry about this protein shake and that protein shake and this product for the skin that's got this in it, those proteins in it? If you have every single building block, you have every single building block. So you can make whichever proteins you want, provided you've got a battery that's working, provided the adrenals aren't in chronic fatigue. Okay, same as the minerals. So you're getting this assortment of superconductive mineral metals in the Ormus gold. We also have elemental copper, and one of the reasons that I do that, and it's given at the same in the same protocol, but not at the same time, is because every cancer patient, without fail, is very, very, very low in copper. And when I say very, very low, if 100 is our base, they'll be sitting at minus 40. So they're actually minus 140 in their reading. They're not even plus 40, which is low. So I decided to bring in the elemental copper, especially for the first month, and monitor them and get this copper level up to at least 80 or 90 as quickly as possible, together with the Ormus gold. So we do have that, which is nice. So that sort of covers the superconductive minerals. Just think of these as the ones that put the light on. Copper wire puts the light on. So it's going to charge our battery. And then also, and I'm keeping this simple on purpose so that we can just get an overall, the semiconductor minerals. This would be a calcium, magnesium, sodium, potassium, chlorine, and I've included boron here because boron has a critical role in transporting these semiconductor minerals and other foods and the gold and the silver and copper into the cells, into the bones. So boron is critical. It's always low. When I look on that my quantum machine, the QUEXED, boron is low. And then I see calcification, and I see on the bones, calcium on the bone, and I see calcium loss out of the bones. So we always bring boron in with the electrolytes. So electrolytes critical. Those of you who are sporting, you know one of the first things you do is you get your mineral drink after your sports game, because that's going to give you energy and vitality and life force and replenish the electrolytes that you've lost. But similarly, an Ormus gold drink is going to give you as much, even more, because you're going to get the gold, the silver, the copper, the platinum that was also used up. So this is a lovely combination that we have together there, and you drink it with water and some lemon juice or lime juice, and that's really lovely. I've also put Himalayan salt there because don't discount it ever. It's a naturally occurring salt. It doesn't attract bromide. It doesn't attract all these funny things that these other salts have got. So for me, it's a go-to, and it's loaded with mineral salts. You can even put it in your water to help absorption, but you're adding your minerals all the time. So don't be shy on the Himalayan salt. All right, now we're looking at some semiconductor minerals to finish. As the ones I've talked about, I just want to show you the containers. So the calcium is very, very important. And we all know that don't eat calcium out the ground. It's limestone. It's not going to get absorbed. You're wasting your money. It's going to calcify. True, 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 true. All of that's true. Except one clever person taught me, and they said, hang on, Jane. That's all true. What the plant does, it absorbs the calcium and it changes us from an inorganic form into an organic form, readily available for the human. Wonderful. So then we go and eat our kale leaves and all our veggies full of calcium. Perfect. We can do it this way too. So the super absorbing calcium, we fold it into live kefir or live yogurt with live cultures. It becomes very frothy in the plate. And that activity of the cultures, the live microbes in the kefir and the yogurt, will change normal calcium into organic calcium, perfect for absorption. And I've done it so many times, too many times, experienced on myself as well. The calcium levels shoot up. Otherwise, you're just sitting, taking slow this and slow that and Calmag this and then, all it's going to be doing is calcifying you. So we have to get the calcium into an organic form, either from the plants or what I've just shared with you, and get it into the bone. And here comes the boron. Without boron, very difficult to get it into the bone. So that's why the panel before, I was talking about the boron. Absolutely critical. And boron, by the way, it's important for nerves, dementia, anxiety, if we don't have it. Most people are low. The other thing, getting back to calcium, those people with low blood pressure, you need calcium. So low blood pressure people need calcium and they need joy. High blood pressure people need potassium and reduce stress. So that's what you need to know about that. We have potassium, tartaric acid. So we're going to sort out the high blood pressure and the low blood pressure people, those that really need potassium. But then again, this isn't a recipe for the next 5 years. One has to keep measuring to see how the body is self-adjusting. And as you let go of emotions, the body alchemy, the inner alchemy, all of the minerals will shift anyway. But we do have it. So the very high blood pressure people, you sorted. Magnesium is an amazing product. We use magnesium malate. The malate dissolves calcified calcium. So it's the best for that. And magnesium will relax us. Magnesium will make calcium exactly as the body needs. So those we've got individually, but they're not long-term. And they're there for a very important reason. Now we're going to look at some other minerals that we keep based on, again, my toolkit, what I see from the human bodies that come in, the readings. What do we need to adjust? Where is it out? So iron, of course, we don't keep iron. I don't make it. I like the liquid iron in the sachets because it's very iron-dense water, naturally occurring organic, and the body will absorb only the amounts that it needs. So normally 1 to 2 of those sachets a day, depending on your deficiency. You also need copper to absorb iron. So remember that, and vitamin C. So if iron's low, often copper is low too, just to say, and vitamin C. Then we come to iodine. There's the elemental iodine. We also get it from kelp, and we're going to talk about that a little bit in time. So iodine is critical for all the hormone receptor sites. We've all got hormones, and we talked about neurotransmitters and everything and protein, but we need the iodine at those hormone receptor sites. It's for polycystic ovaries, cyst in the breast, cancer in the breast, COVIDs. It's for all the terrible, terrible parasites because it will kill on impact. So it's very vital to, again, as a holistic way of charging the battery of the body. Critical. Another mineral would be sulfur. Absolutely essential for detoxification, and most people are low. So you'll get it from MSM, straight MSM, and you will get it from our DMSO. You see there's the sulfur. So DMSO is the liquid plant tree sap before it's dried into the crystal salt MSM. So it's more powerful. You can look on my website, 365healthybychoice.com, and go in the search bar, put in DMSO, or go into minerals and find DMSO. Click on it and just read what it does. It's incredible what it does, and all the areas and diseases of the body, how it helps get it right. And those of you who've taken DMSO, I know it's just a winner, an absolute winner. And then I want to talk about silica, which is diatomaceous earth. And it's a kind of a known or forgotten natural substance, actually from the seabed, made of diatoms. So diatomaceous earth, diatoms, it's over there. And I put a picture here. For these are close to Antarctica. These are live diatoms before they die. So they're all different structures and shapes and things, and they've got a wonderful structure that's silica based. Silica is for bones. It's for our ultimate transition from carbon state to a silica state, silica crystal state. It's very, very important. And I mean, here are some of the things as well. Strong bones, teeth and joints, strengthening hair and nails, helping fight against parasites, detoxifying, strengthening the digestive system, reducing bloating, wind and gas, increasing nutrient absorption, promoting heart health, strengthening the immune system, essential for collagen production. So if you took our decalcification flash, which has got the MSM, the ascorbic acid, the lemon juice in it, that'll make collagen on its own. So will the diatomaceous earth help in collagen production. So we don't actually have to supplement with animal-based collagen that often blocks the kidneys, I'm saying. Prevents heavy metal toxicity, beneficial in wound and sunburn healing, can help lower blood pressure, anti-inflammatory, controls diabetes and blood sugar, helps you look younger. We'll tick that one. Heal infections in the urinary system, especially because it's used often industrially as a filter to filter out all the impurities. So it makes sense with the kidneys, doesn't it? Decreases headaches and migraines. This is all because it's detoxifying. It's acting like a sieve and catching all the muck, and it's passing out. As a skin, to exfoliate the skin, you can mix it in a little bit of water and rub it all over the skin. It's absolutely wonderful for that. Way better than sugar. Bone fractures, reducing the risk of bone fractures. That's the silica aspect again. Stabilizing the hormonal endocrine system, helps purify water, keeps your skin looking supple. Energy to your body. There you go. Silica, critical. Reducing the risk of dementia, again, as a sieve for the brain, sieving out all the impurities. Reduces Alzheimer's as well, helps lower cholesterol, prevents postmenopausal osteoporosis, reduces stress and optimizes the nervous system, regulates and promotes healthy sleep, and lastly, assists in reducing muscle weakness and fatigue. I think that's a winner. And the price of it is 168 Rand, which is absolutely nothing. And we've got the food grade one. I'm just going to show you what it looks like. So that's a lovely powder there. Some people put it on the bed to destroy bed bugs. Some people brush their teeth with it. It's unbelievable. That's all I'm saying. And for the price and what it does. And you couple that with the DMSO, you couple it with an Ormus gold, you couple it with the Replenish and Boron electrolytes, and you're starting to get a lot of life force coming through, a lot of vitality, a lot of energy. So those are the diatoms. A lot of people are low in silica and their bone structure. Now I'm going to bring in one of our new ones. And by the way, all these products I'm talking about now are on the 365 Healthy by Choice sale page for May, and you save 15%. You also, if you book a QUEX quantum assessment or the Q450 assessment or a live blood or a acupuncture or an oxygen IV drip, the next one is free. So you pay for one and you get one free. So these are our specials for May. Please avail yourself to it. Irish sea moss that's coming from Ireland, that area. And it is this reddish color. It's got 101 minerals or more. That's phenomenal. That's more than fulvic acid, just to tell you. It's more than isotopic minerals. That's a huge amount. And the things that Irish sea moss does as well, I can actually just go there quickly. I want to read to you what it does. Let's just go to Irish sea moss quickly there. And I'm going to read to you some of the things. So it's actually got all these minerals. So it's a powerhouse, including iodine, calcium, potassium, and sulfur. We've just talked about that. The naturally occurring form, exactly as nature intended. It's essential for respiratory health, actually. So it helps soothe the mucous membrane and ward off common, respiratory ailments, cold and flu. It's got anti-inflammatory effects, things like pneumonia, serious infections as well, and improves quick recovery. Essential for the health of the thyroid because it's got such high iodine. And those people who are sitting there thinking, but I've got a problem with iodine, I'm allergic to it. No, you're not. You're very sensitive, like you would be very sensitive to chlorella or very sensitive to sulfur. So all you do is you take a tiny bit, a few grains, and you build up your threshold as it's busy detoxifying you. So immune boosting properties, promotes digestive health. Again, it soothes the mucous membrane. So mucous membrane of the lung and the gut, it's going to get soothed. And we're soothing and healing that mucous membrane. The food gets through to the blood and the oxygen gets through to the blood. That's critical. So we have to have that. We use the flaxseed oil as well to do that. It's good in preventing gastritis, ulcers, colic, and those kind of things. Skin care, it definitely improves the skin care because of the sulfur content. And I bet you're thinking to yourself, I need to get some of that. It supports weight loss. It's obviously low calorie itself, but it's nutrient dense and it's a part of most weight reduction diets. Easy to absorb and you feel full so you don't need to eat more. We would add, our DMSO to do that with weight loss plus the cell vitality oxy minerals. We would do that. And then as an energy booster, very high in potassium. So it's got all of those wonderful things. So that's just our the Irish sea moss. And I'm sure you agree with me. That's just incredible. So 15% off was $380. It's now at $323, and that's 60 very big capsules. You could do one a day or two a day. if you're wanting to lose weight with these things, you would use kelp. So on my website, we have kelp and spirulina. So Irish sea moss and kelp are minerals from the sea, ocean. Diatomaceous earth is also from the sea. Spirulina, blue-green algae, chlorella are freshwater, sweet water, mineral-dense, mineral-rich plants. Okay. And all got a phenomenal amount. In fact, kelp has even got vitamin D. And vitamin B's, all the vitamins. I mean, we're talking minerals today, but they've got all the B's as well, and they've got proteins. So kelp, spirulina, they've all got 100% of the essential proteins that are needed. So you take those with the replica RNA, 5 major proteins, you're doing pretty well. So then we can tick the boxes and then we eat for free. I like that idea. Right, now we're coming on to Shilajit, which is also plant material, by the way. Over the years and years and years and years and years, the plant material solidifies and becomes a sediment in the rock. And you can see it when you cut the rock. And they take the Shilajit out. Now, there's two things here. There's a fulvic acid and there's Shilajit. Shilajit contains a very high composition of fulvic acid plus more. So Shilajit, I'm going to read to you what this one is going to do. And I think you're going to be amazed as well. In fact, none of the work that I do never fails to amaze me. So this is a sticky substance found in the rocks, mainly in the Himalayas. It's developed over centuries. Slow decomposition of plants. And if you're looking for a natural way to boost your nutrient and mineral intake and raise your vitality, here it is. So very rich in fulvic acid, which is 72 minerals. So the Irish moss still has more, I'm just saying. It enhances energy and recovery after sport or injury or illness. Because it improves mitochondrial function. So the athletes out there, the people who are sick and compromised, very, very important. Helps the brain, cognitive health. It's antioxidant, so again, it will remove free radicals. Supports the heart's health, and also a healthy blood pressure. Anti-inflammatory and antioxidant. Reducing oxidative stress and managing chronic conditions like arthritis, pain, inflammation. Supports male fertility and testosterone levels, and that would be male and female. And it has been shown in some studies to increase sperm production and the testosterone levels in men. So that's important. And then it's got anti-aging properties too. High levels of the fulvic acid and the other antioxidants in Shilajit slow down aging by maintaining the health of cells and tissues and keeping the toxins out. So that is just amazing what this one can do. So that is together with the kelp and the spirulina. That's my toolkit that we need, and there's an abundance there. One doesn't really have to look much further. So I hope I've spent the short amount of time really explaining minerals to you and the importance of minerals. So, just to recap some of them, it's Ormus gold, silver, copper, platinum, nickel, palladium, osmium, etc. It's those are the transducers, the superconductors, the semiconductors, calcium, magnesium, potassium, sodium, and boron. Those were those ones. And then we looked at general minerals like iodine, iron, silica. We looked at diatomaceous earth. We looked at Irish moss. We looked at Shilajit, kelp, spirulina. So as I said, that's, look at what appeals to you. But we want to look at value for money. So the Irish moss, the Shilajit, the kelp, the spirulina, I think those are massive go-tos. Diatomaceous earth is a massive go-to. And nothing's going to bring you more Ormus gold than Ormus gold itself. The products at 365 Healthy by Choice all have a certificate of analysis guaranteeing the quality, purity, and percentage purity. The products are pure. There's nothing else added to it. So at least you know that, and that's again a lot of peace of mind. No fillers or binders or anything thrown in again. So you're not introducing anything foreign into the body. You're keeping everything in the quantum spin. The body's not wasting energy to go and reorganize it, re-energize it, and get depleted. The immune system can do what it needs to do. It's not fighting synthetic patented products, and you can then use that other energy for vitality, your longevity, life force, and expand your consciousness to the infinity out there. So I'm going to end there. Go to the sale page on the website. You'll open up, click on the sale items. You'll see all of them. All those products are 15% off at checkout. And just to remind you, if you book a service in the month of May, one is free. So we've got Mother's Day and Father's Day coming up as well. Those are good prezzies. All right. Go well. Thank you so much. And I'll see you next week. And we'll be doing more than likely the oils. These are all my favorite topics. Thanks.